In this episode of What Matters Most with George Mahlakgane.
I've learned that I need to protect my kids from the world itself because there's a lot of things that happen in the world. I have to protect them from the information they consume. At that time, I felt like insuring my house and my car was an obligation. But now I feel like it is a must. It needs to be done because I need to protect my kids and make sure that they have shelter. Always remember the harvest is plenty. There's just so much to do.
Welcome to another episode of What Matters Most with George Mahlakgane. Today's guest is a powerhouse in the South African music scene. She is a mother, she is a wife, she is a career woman. She wears many hats actually. CLAUDS continues to inspire, to uplift with her journey, her music, and her words. Hi CLAUDS, how are you?
Shira, I'm great. How are you?
I am good. Thank you for asking. Now, before we get into the deep stuff, what's one thing motherhood has taught you about protecting what matters most to you that you wish you knew sooner?
I didn't know that when my mother was protecting me, I was something that mattered the most to her. Now I know because I've got kids. I can no longer just run to my mom when the world is not kind to me. I'm the one that my kids would run to. So I've learned that I need to protect my kids from the world itself because there's a lot of things that happen in the world. I have to protect them from the information they consume, either on their electronic gadgets or just from school, from friends. I need to protect that as well. Their space, I need to protect my home. I need to protect how they view the world. Yeah, and everything in it. So that's what those are the things I didn't know I need to protect before I became a mother. Yes.
Okay, that's actually really beautiful.
Thank you.
Now that I'm a mother myself,
you
I'm
relate
a lot from that. Yeah, I do relate. And I mean, your music is emotionally rooted. Is there a song or a lyric from either Identity or Tshanduko? Am I saying it right?
Tshanduko. Yes.
Tshanduko that still gives you strength when you sing it.
Yeah, I sing a lot of inspirational music, like you said. But one song that I'll say gives me strength will be Tshanduko. Tshanduko means change, right? So when things don't go well in life, the worst place you could be is a place of hopelessness. So when you know that change will come and things are going to get better with time, that should give you strength. So even when I'm singing Tshanduko, I know a lot of things are not really going right. I can't say my life is perfect. There are things that I still feel like, okay, we can do better there, we can improve there. But when you sing about Tshanduko and say change is going to come and things are going to get better, that's where I get all the strength. Yeah.
And you always find your way to move around things.
Yes.
And I mean, you wear many hats, right? You are an artist, you are a wife, you are a mother, a businesswoman. In this current season of your life, what matters most to you and how are you actively protecting it?
I'd say the most important on top of the list will be my relationship with God. Yeah. That I protect by constantly checking myself. Am I still within my purpose? And whatever that I'm doing, is it in line with what God wants for my life? As a wife, I also make a conscious decision to be present, take time out and be with my husband and make sure that I'm saving my marriage. As a mother, physically present and emotionally present. Kids can never get enough of you as a mother. They can never get enough of you. So I try to be emotionally present. Sometimes I'm exhausted, but I need to listen attentively and be able to respond to whatever they're saying because I don't want to miss out on this opportunity when they're still growing and developing and them receiving a lot of information. I need to be able to regulate what they hear and try to correct how they view the world and how they view what they've been told out there. So I am actively present as a wife, as a mother. I'm present even for the brand. When I'm called to perform, I give my best. I never go there and say, no, I'm going to give half. It doesn't matter if it is a paying gig or it's not a paying gig. In all my gigs, I make sure that I bring 100%. So yeah, that's how I yeah, I protect what matters the most to me.
Okay, and I mean your debut album was titled Identity, and the second one was is Tshanduko. How have those shaped your personal journey, and what do they now mean to you in terms of protecting your legacy?
The first one, like you said, is identity. Identity for me was me knowing who I am, what I represent, what makes me tick, what serves me. So I always have to remember CLAUDS, who are you? Even in me writing music, even in me being a mother, being a wife, being somebody who serves at church as well. I always have to remember, who am I? In whatever that I do, I make sure that I do not depart from who I am and the values I hold and what I believe in as a person. That has shaped me in that way. So with regards to Tshanduko, like I said, it's a song that gives you hope for the future, hope that things are going to be fine. Yes, so I'm somebody who lives, I live being cautious of who I am and knowing that things can only get better in future. Yes, that's how, yeah, those two keep me going. Yes.
And I mean, in the music industry, it is easy to get like external pressures. How do you protect your creativity and spiritual alignment when the world wants you to compromise?
Yeah, the pressures are many. The first one will be you need to sell records, you need to get bookings, you need to sing in a certain way, you don't need to be singing certain messages and so on. There's a lot of pressures because when you're in a public space, somehow people think they own you, right? Yeah. So to be able to sell records, you must create music that is trending and so on. But that, for me, can't be something that I will succumb to. I protect that space, my creative space. I know what I need to be singing about because even when I started the music journey, it was not my decision alone. I consulted with the one who created me, and he made it clear what I need to be singing about, what I need to represent out there. So instead of letting the pressures or the world influence me, I need to influence the world. So going back to my identity and my values and my purpose, I cannot be shaken by the pressures that come from outside. So yeah, there's a lot. How you should dress, how you should look. Sometimes you need to be eye candy for you to get bookings because people want to see what they want to see. But that will not influence me because I don't think I came to the music industry so that people can like what I look like, but like I said, I need to influence. Yes.
I can hear it's very easy for you to stay grounded and rooted in that. But then also, how do you ensure your family and your mental well-being are protected without losing yourself in the process?
Yeah, first of all, like you said, I wear many hats, right? You didn't add, I'm a career person, I'm a corporate.
Forgot. Oh
yes,
my
I'm
goodness.
a corporate
How
girly.
could I leave that? Like corporate girly.
In engineering, for that matter. I've learned that perfection is overrated. Some balls, I let them fall.
I love that.
Yeah, yes, perfection is overrated. No one is perfect and nothing is perfect except for God. So there are times where I would feel that, okay, fine, it's getting a little bit too much. What is it that I can put back a bit, and then I just focus on the things that matter at that point. Mental health is very important to me because if I'm not okay mentally, everything that I'm holding falls apart. So when I feel like we're going there, now we're starting to mess up with the mental, take time out, time out, tell the kids, mommy is just taking a bit of rest. Please don't come and disturb. I'll be with you. I'll come and play with you,
But they come around still.
They will still come and knock. I say, do you remember what mommy said? Yeah, my husband understands. In fact, we will take those time out together because he's also a very busy person. He wears many hats as well, including managing the brand, right? So yeah, my day is quite full. I've noticed that 24 hours for me is not enough. Yeah, but I try and schedule my things and make sure that the things that matter the most, which I have mentioned before, my spiritual grounding, my family, I need to make sure I show up I also need to make sure that I secure the bill. I need to make sure that money is coming into the house so that people can be taken care of. So yeah, when I feel like things are overwhelming, I try and list what I feel matters the most mentally, also my physical being. I've taken up exercising as something very, very important, you know. It keeps my energies high so that I can show up for other things, yes. So, yeah, I try and prioritize, in that hierarchy.
I mean, while you are still sitting there enjoying this as much as this conversation, as much as I am enjoying it, make sure that you do not forget to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to also share on our social media platforms, because you don't want to miss episodes and conversations such as these. I love what you are saying when you say spiritual grounding, because you can't pour from an empty cup.
That's correct, yeah.
So has becoming a parent changed how you view insurance protection, like insurance long-term planning, or even how you manage your brand as a businesswoman?
Absolutely, yeah. It has changed how I look at insurance. When I started working as a young lady, I bought a car, a nice car, and I bought a house. At that time, I felt like insuring my house and my car was an obligation. But now I feel like it is a must. It needs to be done because I need to protect my kids and make sure that they have shelter even when I'm no longer here physically available for them. Also, as a brand, I insured my equipment, the equipment that I travel with, obviously, because most of the time we're on the road and I use quite expensive equipment. So yeah, God forbid if something happens to them. But I'm glad that they're insured, and having a broker like George Mahlakgane Financial Services, for me, it has really helped me because I don't really understand the insurance things. But he just tells me that, sisters, don't worry, things are fine, you know, we are safe. So yeah, that it has really changed how I view insurance, really, yeah.
Having a broker is really important, because even myself, before working in the insurance industry, I didn't have any knowledge of insurance. It's something that people don't actually care to try and find out. But when you have a broker for that, you just know that you can somehow overlook certain things, and you know that they are there to assist in that way.
Yes, kind of shifting the responsibility of taking care of my car to someone else. I don't have to worry about my car now and my house.
While also saving money, because yeah,
exactly.
And I mean, as a woman in the entertainment industry, have there been moments where you had to fight to protect your voice, literally and metaphorically?
Yes.
How did you navigate that?
Literally, how do I fight for my voice? Literally, it's just taking care of my voice, and yeah. Anyways, metaphorically, as a woman, you would be told how to dress, what you need to look like, you know. And for me, like I said earlier, I know who I am, what I represent, why I'm doing this. So that cannot influence my voice in terms of how I should look, how I should sound, what I should sing about. So yeah, I have been in situations whereby I've been told, this is what is gonna get you ahead, this is what's gonna make you sell, make you get bookings. But now, my identity and my values and my purpose, if they're not in line with what I'm being advised, I make sure that I stand my ground. I cannot be easily shaken by by the voices in the world. Yes.
Okay, yeah. And if you could design an insurance protection plan specifically for creatives, especially women, what would it include that current systems overlook?
Women are homemakers, and if maybe for a single parent, for a single mother, your family depends on you being a musician, it's quite a risky place to be at, because anything can happen to you or bookings can stop coming in. So what I would say is that we need to ensure in your income, your financial income needs to be insured, in a sense that if you were to be pregnant and you cannot be performing, you need to get some form of maternity allowance, because also you need to take care and nurture the babies as they are still small, and then you can go back to the stage when you are now available. Because being a musician, it's like being self-employed. The business will not move unless you are there present and doing the work yourself. So I would say the maternity cover, somehow you still need to earn some money when you're on maternity. And also we should cover disability if it happens that you become disabled, and there must just be a life cover for musicians because we travel a lot. We are on the road most of the time. There must be that cover, and also for illness, because it can be quite taxing in terms of your energy. You will be exhausted most of the time. So when you need to take time out because you're fatigued, there needs to be still be like a financial flow that comes in. Things cannot stop just because you cannot stand up and go do the work. So there needs to be such insurances whereby when you are sick, you're not feeling too well to be on stage, you should still be able to earn some form of money to take care of your family.
And Onali, like sometimes whereby maybe if you were booked for a gig, has it ever happened to you? Let's say you were booked for a gig and then you're supposed to go there and show up, and then you woke up not feeling well on that day or something?
It never happened, because there's something that music does to me somehow. Even if I had a headache earlier on in the day, if you say now let's go and perform, that headache disappears. I'm telling you.
God.
I'm telling you, there are days where I just feel like I'm not feeling this today. But then now you just get into the zone. You're like, okay, we're doing this. And then all of a sudden you're like, you feel better. But obviously there will be those times whereby you really cannot show up. Yeah, so that's when you will need the insurance to say, hey, I'm sick. Can I take sick leave and still earn some money, Yes, but for me, I feel like music heals me as well.
I was about to actually say that. Music
it does.
heals.
And that's when you know that it is your purpose, because it will serve you. And then it will also serve other people. So that's when you will know, okay, this is God's purpose for me. Yeah.
And what does spiritual protection mean to you on a day-to-day life? And how do you guard your peace while still giving so much of yourself to others through your music?
Spiritual protection for me is for me to be very conscious in whatever I do, whatever I listen to, whatever I consume, and to always go and consult with God and find out, is this still in line with what you want me to do? Is this still in line with my purpose? And also just being somebody who goes to church on a weekly basis, that's where I go and get edified, and get ready for the next week, when I go to church. Being grounded at a local church really assists me. How do I guard my peace? As long as I'm at peace with what God has assigned me to do, yes, I don't really need to be bothered about anything else. That peace that God has sent me to do a thing and I'm doing it, that gives me so much peace in life, yes. And even though sometimes it's not perfect, but I always try my best, and I know that I try my best, and then, I think God is happy with my best right now. He's happy with my best right now. And
I'm sure He is. If you could leave like words of encouragement, especially to those trying to balance purpose, motherhood, and dreams, what would you want them to hear about protecting what matters most?
When God gives you a purpose, or when He gives you a dream, it will not be beyond you. Yes, it will scare you, but He's also going to give you the tools and all the resources that you need to pursue that purpose or that dream. Yes, like I said, nothing is perfect. Perfection is overrated. Some of the things will feel like you're falling behind, but you must always be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Somewhere you'll mess up, you'll make mistakes. We make mistakes and we learn, and we keep it moving. So as long as you know what your purpose is and you're working towards it, I think that is enough. That is enough. And then we will, as you grow, things will get better and you will improve. So there's no need to be hard on yourself if you cannot do everything right now, because sometimes it will feel like you're not doing enough. You can look at your peers and you start to compete with them. You start to compare what they're doing and what you're doing, but our paths are different. and yeah, we move in different paces. So as long as you're following your dream and you've consulted with the one who created you to say what is your purpose and you're working towards it, he will just make your paths clear as time goes. So don't be too hard on yourself. Be kind to yourself. There's a lot. There's a lot. You know, even the Bible says the harvest is plenty and the laborers are few. So if you wake up with that scripture every day in your mind, you'll always remember the harvest is plenty. There's just so much to do. You know, but you only have two hands. You know, you cannot do everything.
I really, really, really enjoyed our conversation, and I really enjoyed having you here. Thank you so
Same
much for
here.
showing
Thank
up
you.
and for just sharing with us, you know.
Thank you so
and
much.
I am pretty sure that everybody at home right now, for people who are watching, I know that definitely you took something from today's conversation. Thank you so much, CLAUDS. It's been great having you here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do not forget to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share on all our social media platforms. We are at Mekete Boutique and Events today. Make sure to check them out when you do visit Limpopo. You will get the rest of the information down below in the description box. Thank you. It's been good.